Hey guys, we finally get our hands on a brand new 2020 Jeep Gladiator, and what I have here is a Rubicon at the First Drive event near Sacramento, California. And we are going to be doing several videos for the TFL truck channel, but I wanted to give you a preview of this truck and walk around some of its tech features. This is almost a fully loaded Rubicon. As you can see, it has a color-matched Freedom top, which is a hard roof. You can also get a Gladiator with a soft top or two different versions of the soft top. And we've been taking it here in the mud, and this Rubicon is riding on these Wild Peak mud terrain tires. You can see them right there. And the steel bumper is up here with removed ends for better approach. Basically what you have here is a Wrangler style from the front. In fact, everything from the back door, the rear door forward is shared with the Wrangler JL, the new Rubicon Wrangler. That means you still have the aluminum fenders, hood, aluminum doors, but now the Gladiator frame is basically all new according to Jeep, and it's now 19 inches longer than a four-door JL. Overall length is quite a bit longer, and that's because you have a 5-foot bed in the back and a full crew cab configuration. This is the only configuration you can get a Gladiator in, which is basically a crew cab 4x4 short bed. And the frame is unique. The rear section especially is unique to the Gladiator. And the rear suspension design, let me show you here, is actually similar to a Ram 1500. It's a 5-link, and it's sharing some of the components with the Ram. For example, you could see the control arms that are actually shared components with the Ram 1500. So what Jeep is trying to do is actually give you a Jeep with all of the running hardware, especially on the Rubicon here, but it's also a truck, which means it has to be able to do truck stuff. And they've given a if you get a base Gladiator and you configure it with a maximum towing package, the maximum towing is rated at 7,650 pounds, which is best in class for a mid-sized truck as far as 4x4 crew cabs are concerned. Yes, I know a diesel Chevy Colorado two-wheel drive can tow, or is rated to tow, 7,700 pounds. But as far as four-wheel drive trucks are concerned, this is the best rating. In this video, I'm also going to show you some of the tech features inside. But first, let's look at the bed. This truck is equipped with a tonneau cover. But first, let's open the tailgate. It's dampened. And then there are little tabs under here. And this is basically a Jeep designed tonneau cover. You could pull that and you could fold this section like this. Actually, there's yet another way of doing this. And it also rolls up. So you can roll it all the way up. It's really muddy right now, so I'm not going to show you that. And the bed lining is optional. The tailgate also has another setting. They call it the 45 degree. Basically, you move these cables behind this latch here on both sides. And now all of a sudden you have a 45 degree angle to your tailgate. Why is that important? Why is that nice? Well, Jeep says you can carry 4x8 sheet of material like plywood, and it's basically going to be material is going to be laying on top of the fender well here and also the tailgate. And they say that you can put about 19 to 20 sheets of plywood in this configuration. So that's kind of a neat feature. Spray and bed liner is optional, but every Gladiator comes with bed lights. You can get an optional power outlet here in the bed, and you have neat indentation for tires if you want to carry motorcycles. So a lot of neat kind of Easter eggs back here. Of course, the other Easter egg is 419 right here, which is the area code of Toledo where the truck is made. This tonneau cover is back on, and you can just close the tailgate this way. So when you get a Rubicon, obviously you're getting the latest Dana 44 axles. They're 3rd gen, and they're a little bit wider than a regular Gladiator. So if you get a sport model and then get the get a Rubicon on top of it, the axles are actually about an inch wider, about half an inch on each side. You get of extra space. Under the hood is one engine option. I'm not gonna pop the hood, but under here is a 3.6 liter V6 with a rating same as the Wrangler, 285 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque. And there are 2 transmission choices: a 8-speed automatic, like in this Jeep right here you see here, or a 6-speed manual. Pricing information is not available yet. It will be available at midnight on March 30th. So you'll have to come back to TFL Truck Channel, where we'll tell you all the pricing, and TFLtruck.com as well. So now it's time to get in. You can see here the front looks very familiar. Looks like a Wrangler front. Nice interior. The back seat is very unique. Here's, I have some of my gear. Here's the back seat. It's actually pretty roomy. When I sit behind myself, my knees are just touching here in the seat, but I have a ton of headroom. I mean, headroom is what this Jeep is all about. Obviously, you can have infinite headroom when you remove the top. And as always, there's also the soft top there, which you can also fold and actually have an open air experience. Of course, you can then remove your doors and fold the windshield. So the windshield is still foldable. We have some of the Jeeps coming through, but while I'm going to show you them to you moving, but let's get in and fire up. Each Gladiator is going to have push button start. Boom, right there. Obviously you get your Rubicon gauge cluster here, digital display in the center, 8.4-inch Uconnect 4C system in this one. We're aired down for this first drive off-road. I'm in 4 high, and it has a couple of interesting features here. So if I go to apps, and there is off-road pages, there's also a quick way to get to the front camera, and the front camera actually shows you a virtual overlay of where the tires are pointing. So that's a really neat feature. You can also clean your camera right here. It's got little spray in the front, which is really neat. Of course, you can also engage your rear camera as well and zoom in for towing. The Gladiator, the Rubicon is actually can tow a little bit less than the maximum Gladiator Sport rating. Here though are some, there's a Wrangler and actually Gladiator coming through. So I'll show them to you right now. There is a one with a black painted roof, or the black roof version. And there's another one with a soft top. There it is. That's pretty neat. Obviously you have rock rails, and it's set up with LED lights. So then there's a couple more features I wanted to show you here. First, let's go to off-road pages, and it's just going to show you some of the way that your vehicle is currently set. So the front locker is locked. You also have your attitude and steering angle, pitch and roll availability here. You could look at this while moving. Under here you have similar controls to a Wrangler. Sway bar It's currently disconnected or in process of reconnecting. There's a new Off-Road Plus mode, and it works in two ways. If you have it in 4 high, like I have it available right now, it actually modifies your traction control and your stability control systems. It kind of relaxes those settings so you can get more spin. And you have your 4-wheel drive high off-road mode active. If you put it in 4 low, then you go into something they call sand mode. I'm sorry, rock mode, which gives you a little bit more control at slower speeds. We're aired down for this first drive. Here I'm going to go back to 4 high. And then there's also something they call Selectable Speed. And this is basically crawl control. Toyota Tacoma has it, Ford Ranger has it, and the way that Jeep is doing it, it's available to you between 1 and 5 miles an hour. And you can control the speed in manual mode using your shift lever like this. So when you're moving, and it's only available in 4 low, so you have to be in 4 low for this. I cannot give you driving impressions yet. Those will be available once again on March 30th on tfltruck.com. But so far, this fully optioned Rubicon is offering many different features, high-tech features and capability, including full 4 seats and of course a 5-foot bed. It's going to be very interesting to see how it compares in the marketplace once it launches in May, how it's going to compare to the competition, the class-leading Tacoma, and of course there's a Ford Ranger, Chevy Colorado, GMC Canyon, Nissan Frontier. Go back to tfltruck.com for more news, views, and real-world truck reviews. Here goes another one. Thank you guys. More videos coming to TFL Truck channel soon.